centrifugal force, I generally put 60% pressure in, right? Your fingers are almost matching up, but 60% of the pressure is in to keep the cylinder going up as opposed to folding out in the bowl. Anybody ever make a cylinder and, I guess I'll be making a bowl now.
That's whatever it was I started out doing, it's always turned out to be.
It's because you have too much pressure coming from the inside out. So what I'm going to be doing now is starting to switch. I'm going to be doing maybe 60% pressure out instead of in. I'm going to be starting to belly this out. I'm going to gain some height and some width here with some sort of monstrous pull, hopefully.
So, do you shave your arm before Ceramorama? Is that true?
No, I'm just I'm Peruvian, man. I'm mostly bald. So big gather right here. Look how many times the wheel goes around.
Is the gather in your right hand then?
It's both.
Both.
Yeah. And you can already see that I'm coming up, but it hasn't gone. I'm just gaining lots of height already. And then here's where I start to want to shift out. It's important to keep your arms straight here. Was pushing out my inside hand out that time, just so I can get. I gained some considerable height, right? And I got some width, so I'm on my way to a nice bulbous form here, hopefully. Now that was the last time. That's the last time I'll use any water.
That's the last time you use any water?
Yeah.
Because you have too much pressure from the inside hand pushing out. You need to kind of battle centrifugal force when you're throwing, with more pressure from the outside in.
Helps to have long arms.
Yeah, it does.
Well, it's gonna. There will go Andy.
We'll have to remember to wear sleeveless shirts too for Ceramorama, so we don't get caught in that. Get your armpit hair.
Skip some of this junk
How
off.
does Matty lead to it?
Oh, he throws in sections.
He throws and then coils and then throws and coils, and sometimes he puts slabs in it.
So again, rib on the outside. I'm just going to be stretching at the same speed that I was pulling. I'm basically kind of following the same throwing lines.
But you mentioned at this point that you're not using any more water.
No more water. Only time I'll use water is just going to be just like finishing up the rim later on in the puff.
How do you keep from sticking or dragging?
I don't know. It just seems to just slide right in there. You just got to have your hand really, really stiff.
So at this point, you're pushing more on the inside than the outside.
Absolutely, yeah. Still continuing with the 60% pressure out. Maybe even a little bit more. Now, people often ask me, they're like, well, what does your hand look like on the inside right now? What's happening? So I'll stop and keep my hand exact. It's like a gang sign.
Do that against your dark shirt.
See how like the middle finger and the ring finger are doing a lot of work, and the index is kind of support. So it's in there just kind of.
Now, how do you know what a gang sign is? Yeah.
Oh man, east side. I don't know. I remember Kansas City Art Institute was in the middle of Crackville, and I'd be walking home from school, home to D, all of a sudden, bam, 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 bam. I'd be like hitting the bushes. It was like very scary.
Are you serious?
Serious, yeah, absolutely.
It's like UCLA.
And also, Baton Rouge, Louisiana was one heck of a place to. You didn't really want to be walking around at night too much by yourself.
Where in Peru are you from, Andy?
Sorry?
Where in Peru are you from?
I'm not from Peru. Well, my great grandma was 100% Peruvian. So I'm mostly strange combo, but I'm mostly Peruvian and Finnish. Here, huh?
That's a good
Yeah.
combo.
What part of Peru?
Really
Lima.
odd.
Lima?
Really?
Wow, I can see your hand. You can see his hand, right?
So I start switching off when it gets thinner. I'll do some hole from the outside, and I'll shape it from. Oops.
Ooh, scary.
Here. Here. Press this one.
So you were using the rib on the inside there.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog or cat at home or
No.
in your studio?
I kind of want to get a cat, though.
Matt Long apparently has a Labrador Retriever, and he was telling us the story that the Labrador Retriever goes with him in the studio in the morning and stuff, and he has his wearboards out, and he does that, and then something goes wrong, and he yells, and the dog gets excited, and then the dog runs into the wearboards, and then it makes a loud noise, and the dog gets more upset, and then pretty soon it's just entire